If you're planning a trip to Istanbul, then look no further, because this right here is the best guide on the internet that you'll find to experience everything that you need to see here, from restaurants to sightseeing. I will show you how to make the most of your time in this massive city of 20 million people. I'll also show you how to travel Istanbul on a budget, which honestly isn't that hard. It's one of the affordable cities I've ever traveled. The first thing you should know about Istanbul is that this is one of the few places in the entire world where you can experience two continents from one city. Istanbul is split right down the middle by the Bosphorus River, and that creates a divide between the European and the Asian side. Istanbul is a massive place, and the Asian side has lots of incredible things to see and do. But restaurants are generally going to be found on the Euro side. One last little housekeeping thing is that Istanbul has two major airports, one on the Euro and one on the Asian side, but no matter what you fly into, it's only going to be about 45 minutes to an hour to get into Taksim Square, which is kind of like the downtown core of Istanbul. If you're landing in the Istanbul airport, just know it's going to cost you about 160 Turkish lira to take a taxi from the airport to the downtown for like a 45 minutes drive. Now choosing where to stay can be overwhelming in a city of this size. So, let me help you. Generally, I'd recommend Krakow or Galata. Whole area is full of mosques, incredible restaurants, and beautiful sunsets. Can't go wrong with it, but my preference is Galata near the tower. There's no better way to find local gems, especially when it comes to food, than meeting the locals. Take one of these Saint Sebastian cheesecake pieces and just lather it in chocolate. Is it good? Yeah, it's truly delicious. I'm sold. If you haven't crashed yet, then that sense of cheesecake should hopefully give you the energy that you need to start exploring this vibrant city. One of my top recommendations would be to start with one of Turkey's most beautiful mosques, Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque, and conveniently they're both right next to each other. The Blue Mosque was built in 1616. Its blue interior is mesmerizing. You mostly feel a little hungry at all times while in Istanbul. And I crave trying the scrumptious kebabs, and I know the spot. One of the best kebab places. You might want to follow this up with some ice cream for dessert. Sadly, Turkey is facing hyperinflation, and this has caused a lot of economic hardship to the local people. There's something unique about Turkey. I've traveled a lot, and there's very few people as kind, as warm, and as loving as Turkish people. Move away from High Street and visit the world's first ever shopping center. The Grand Bazaar is this sprawling mall filled with fresh foods, knockoff, Gucci, and tons of awesome. And if you're a shopaholic, you could easily spend all day in its huge Grand Bazaar. And don't forget to bargain. While shopping, have some free tea. I mean, literally everyone's gonna offer you tea without sugar, which is refreshing, or you can sweeten it. We have here Turkish coffee, which is one of the most granular bitter coffees you'll ever have, but it kicks your taste buds to next level, so it's my favorite morning sip from Dubai. If you somehow didn't manage to eat at every single stop in the Grand Bazaar, well, I've got another spot. Let's try some traditional Turkish food. This is a Bialeksi cuisine restaurant, and all the food is ready over here, so you just order and eat really quick. No matter where you travel, sunrise and sunsets are always epic scene to witness, and some of the best places to catch it are going to be by the river. Another spot that I admire is Budo Eminönü Pier. In Istanbul, you can rent a yacht below $100 per hour with a minimum of about a 3-hour, and from my experience, there's no better way to watch the sunset. Istanbul is a city that comes to life at night, from the restaurants, the bars, and the clubs. A lot of these places will stay open late, and one of the parties I experienced here was like nothing I've ever seen before. But from what I heard, a lot of the super late big clubs are in Taksim Square, which is like city center. Now, if you don't want to rub shoulders with strangers, then another cool thing that you could do is check out the Turkish hammams. It's literally paying some dude to beat you. They lay you flat on these uncomfortable tiles. They will strip you naked. They'll use this coarse tool to remove dead skin, and just like that, you become a fish fillet. It's definitely not your Thai massage. Then there are a few serene rooftops that I believe become a bit of a tourist attraction. You'll pay for a memory around $10 to $20 to get your 2 minutes of fame. Also, if you want to get a beautiful photo, there's no denying it is a lovely experience. However, seriously, Istanbul is scratching the surface of what Turkey is, and if you want to see what else this country has to offer, I did a full road trip across it from Cappadocia to the beautiful Pamukkale, so much of it I will share on my channel. There's very few places in the world that will give magical experiences, so keep coming back to 73 Journey Journals.